All right, it is the first day of August. This is an important forecast because, of course, we got your long weekend for not all but most Canadians. So we'll get you up to speed on what you can expect. Will we get more thunderstorms like in St. John's here on the 30th day of July and Paradise, Newfoundland and Labrador? Now, thankfully, those storms held off till after the regatta, but certainly lighting up the sky. So thunderstorms, heat, and smoke we'll be talking about. How about the hail in Drummondville? This was also back on July 30th. That's also one of the components of thunderstorms. Could we see that somewhere today? Let's take a look at your big picture. First of all, we got a big area of high pressure that's in place across many parts of the central regions of the continent. On the periphery of that ridge and around this area, this trough here, had some storms in southern areas of Saskatchewan into British Columbia. But I want to start off on the east coast. We got this boundary that is bringing some light rain this morning in portions of Nova Scotia. We had some heavier downpours earlier right around the Summerside area in Prince Edward Island. Looks like that's tapering off. Most of this rain will be easing off through the morning and into the afternoon. The rain is certainly needed. Temperatures, note that, a little suppressed, low 20s in many parts of the Maritimes and into Newfoundland as well. So umbrellas needed this morning in Halifax, but it's not a big rain. A cluster of slow-moving storms catching my eye here in southwestern areas of Saskatchewan, so well south of Swift Current, but these are slowly moving on their way northeastwards. And because of the slow nature of movement of these storms, heavy rain, possibly some flooding is possible near the Alberta, Saskatchewan, and Montana border. So heads up there. Temperatures a hot one, 30 in Medicine Hat, 31 in Edmonton, and a lot of hazy conditions again. Very poor air quality in cities like Winnipeg and Yellowknife this morning because of the smoke. Heading over to British Columbia, we've been getting some rain showers mainly near and east of the Fraser Valley. A couple of thunderstorms popping up here as well. Looks like the heat alerts are starting to shrink a little bit in southeastern British Columbia, but still temperatures upper 20s, low 30s on the coast. Generally dry weather for Victoria and Vancouver. So thunderstorm potential continue, and there's a slight chance of some severe weather in southeastern BC, southern areas of Alberta. Of course, we've already seen that this morning in southern Saskatchewan and up towards, between Whitehorse and Fort Nelson. We'll be watching that. All right, this afternoon, hot in the west and temperatures more seasonal or even a little below in the east. Poor air quality advisories, that continues in the gray here and the cream, so into Manitoba, northern Ontario. Now just follow the high pressure. That's going to help in this boundary. That's going to help steer some of that smoke this weekend into southern Ontario, Quebec, and even out towards the east coast. So we might get more poor air quality advisories expanded eastwards once again, and obviously in our source region where the fires are, very poor air quality. And finally, we'll look at the upper levels here. The heat in the west, well, there's that ridge, a little cooler in the east, there's that trough, the dip in the jet stream there. Over the weekend into next week, things are going to start to level out and even reverse. So we'll get a bit of a trough in the west and more like the ridge in the east. So what does that all mean? Well, Kelowna, you've been dealing with some hot weather. Your temperatures gradually getting back to even below seasonal values into next week. That would be the trough and some scattered showers and storms. And Toronto, well, it won't be scorching like it was earlier in July, but your heat is going up, and note dry conditions will end things off in Halifax here as well. So you got some cool rain today and then dry for the remainder of the long weekend.